So, Wolves nil, Arsenal 2. Bukayo Saka getting his first Premier League goal of his Arsenal career. And Lacazette makes a resurgence, getting and securing Arsenal the win, scoring a goal. And it's been a while since he scored an away goal, but a really good, solid performance from the team, from the boys. I thought it was a really good kind of defensive performance from the whole team. I mean, I think the side that Arteta set up in today's game was starting 11. Martinez, who was in goal with Mustafi, Luis Kolasinac in a back three, as we once saw in the previous game. Then we had Cedric and Tierney starting as your kind of attacking fullbacks with Granit Xhaka and Ceballos in the central midfield roles. Then you had Saka on the right, Aubameyang on the left, and Eddie Nketiah up top. And that is the formation, and that's what I expected out of Arsenal in this game. I expected them to have that starting 11, and I think probably apart from the position that Saka and Aubameyang were playing, I thought it might have been Saka on the left, or at least Aubameyang on the right, and maybe Saka on the left. I thought would have been much more of a better position, or even a situation whereby Aubameyang is up top, Saka is on the left, and then Pepe on the right. I thought would have been more the ideal solution, but Pepe obviously wasn't there because his wife was in labour. But in terms of my match ratings, I do have to say, first of all, let's get started with the man of the match. I think for me, we got to talk about Bukayo Saka. I mean, for me, he is my man of the match in this game. Again, I've given Bukayo Saka enough praise on here, and I won't, go too long into it. But again, it's an 18-year-old, just signed a new deal this week. The whole sign the ting whole marketing brand that Arsenal did, done very well, signed the contract, new 4-year deal, and scores a goal. And again, it's like playing in the Premier League, it just doesn't faze the guy. I watched his interview afterwards of him talking about Arsenal and talking about how he's been here and it's been his dream since he was in the academy and being his first year, and that he just loves wanting to get the opportunity to play for Arsenal when they asked him about what does he think his best position is. And I thought his answer was perfect, because unlike Maitland-Niles, he gave the best answer you possibly can. He just wants to play. And I thought his professionalism on top of his ability, you just have to give Saka the man of the match in this game. And in this game, I gave Bukayo Saka an 8. I think it was a really good performance by him. You know what? I'll give him a 9. Just with everything else. Again, he worked hard. He tracked back. He got a really good goal. Put Arsenal in a position whereby they were winning. They were beating Wolves. That helped with the confidence. And to get that first goal, I think, for the Arsenal was tremendously important. Really, really important. Now, we got other players to talk about. So, Saka, for me, I gave a 9. Aubameyang. Now, even though Aubameyang didn't score in today's game, I gave him a 7, just because I felt he worked incredibly hard in the second half. He started to be a little bit more creative and try to create chances for other teammates, and was really doing more. I know he gets criticized for if he's not scoring goals, then what is he doing? But in today's game, he really did show that he was capable of doing more, and that's what I really like. He did more in this game. It was one of those days whereby I thought I wanted to chase down Jamie Vardy to get maybe another couple of goals so he could continue to be in the running for our Premier League top scorer this season, taking his crown once again. But it wasn't to be. But again, a good solid performance by Aubameyang in this game. Then we had Eddie Nketiah. Now, I thought Eddie Nketiah, like Aubameyang, played very, very well. I just felt that Aubameyang had that little bit extra in terms of creativity and working hard. And I just felt that he still had a positive attitude throughout the game. That reason why I gave Aubameyang a 7, and I gave Eddie Nketiah a 6, just because even though like Aubameyang, he didn't really have that much in terms of creating chances. Uh, he did have one chance which I thought was really good, and it was a really early chance near post, and he was unlucky not to score it, but a really good save by Rui Patricio, the Wolves goalkeeper. But he continued to try to track back when he can. You could tell he was a bit frustrated at not getting a lot of opportunities. But this is what happens when you're up against a top side like Wolves. So good solid performance by Eddie, but I gave him a 6. And then in midfield, let's talk about Ceballos and Granit Xhaka. I gave both of them 6s. I think again it was a good performance from them. I mean they both worked hard and tried their best and worked hard defensively as a unit. I will say again, it was another game with Granit Xhaka where I'm like, come on, Granit, like, can you pass the ball forward? Can you make an attempt to pass the ball forward? Whereby most of the times it's either he's passing sideways or he's passing back. Just complete safety. And the one time I think I saw he really did it about twice in the game where he actually passed it directly to the striker, and one of them was Eddie Nketiah's chance. And to be honest, that's only because it hit a Wolves player and defected in front of Eddie to whereby he was able to run on it and score. But that's what we need more of. We need more directness from Granit Xhaka, and if we had more of that from him, I honestly think he wouldn't get so much criticism. So to both players, both Ceballos and to Granit Xhaka, I'll give both of them 6s in this game. Then then on at left wing back, Tierney, I gave Tierney a 7. Again, Nacho Monreal number 2, a good solid performance by Tierney. I have nothing really to say bad about Tierney. I mean, he set up Saka for the assist. I thought it was really good. I wish he would have stayed on the pitch longer, but I get it. Games are coming thick and fast, and Arteta's really just trying to freshen up the squad as much as he can, and gave Tierney some much needed rest. So again, performed very well. Maitland-Niles, his replacement, came on and did a decent job. So well done, Tierney, for doing a really good job. Again, I think probably one of been a consistent performer for Arsenal since the restart in the Premier League. Then we've got Cedric. I thought Cedric played really well. Didn't really have a lot of opportunities to create that much chances, but I thought he was pivotal in actually the first goal for Saka. The ball actually started on the right, which was Cedric, who pinged the ball to the left towards Tierney, who then set up Saka for the goal. And I think overall, for me, Cedric, he was solid defensively, worked hard, tracked back, had a really, really, really good game throughout the time there. And again, nothing really to complain about. I probably would have just liked to see more kind of assist creation from him, but beggars can't be choosers. Again, another good solid performance by Cedric Suarez. No goal this time, but still a good solid performance. And then let's talk about the defenders. So we got Kolasinac, David Luiz, and Mustafi. And I can honestly say, again, good performances by them. They were key towards keeping things as it is. With Arsenal, we know that if we play with 4 at the back, 2 centre-backs just isn't enough. So 3 looks like it's the magic charm for Arsenal. And it looks like, maybe playing with 3 centre-backs, all 3 defenders don't feel like it's all on them. They're able to share that burden, and because of that, they were able to deal with the majority of things pretty much well. I mean, Adama Traore did have a few chances, but for the most part, was really, really well. I think in the second half was Jota had a chance that Cedric came flying in trying to block the tackle, but David Luiz, last defender, was able to block the tackle out the way, and he did a really decent job. Mustafi, there were times where he was heading the ball away, trying to create chances, trying to do things, and I thought that he did very well in terms of his effort. Defensively was pretty solid, not much to complain about again. And then again to Kolasinac playing really really well. Again playing out of position. Not really much that you could do or really criticize the guy about. But again, good solid performance. So I can't complain about the defenders this time. And then Martinez, again for him, I gave Martinez a 6. For me, another solid performance. Really good with like set pieces. Was always a commanding goalkeeper. Was able just to hold the ball, start over again. And I think that's the one thing that prevented Wolves from getting a goal, because there weren't opportunities whereby there was second ball opportunities, whether if we didn't clear in the past. But in this game, Martinez just grabbed the ball, solid performance, grabbed it, short hands, and then start over again. And I think he was key in helping us to get a good solid performance in this game. Now let's take a look at the substitutes we got. Maitland-Niles, for me, I talked about him briefly before. I got to give him a 6. It was a good performance by him. Definitely was a lot better than what I've seen Maitland-Niles before. Picked up a yellow card, but completely understand why that was. And I honestly think that, for me, again, I still don't like him playing in a defensive position. This time he came on at left back, which he has played before under Wenger. But I don't like him at fullback. I really don't. I need to see him like in a DM role or in a central midfield, like playing with a defensive midfielder. I think it's his ideal position, but we'll see what happens in the future. Then there's Willock for me. I thought Willock was really good, really impressive for me for the final goal. He got the assist. Again, was working hard. Didn't really have that much to do. I gave him a 6 performance just because he wasn't out on the pitch that long. But did get an assist. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll give him a 7 because he got an assist and because he wasn't there for that long. Lucas Torreira. Oh my God. First game back for Lucas Torreira after his injury. And instantly, you saw the difference when you have a defensive midfielder in there. He was intercepting the ball correctly. Ceballos did well in that role. But in terms of on the defensive end, Lucas Torreira took it to another level. And I admire Lucas Torreira on that. I know he has his critics, but in terms of intercepting the ball and helping to push the ball forward, and he always thinks get the ball forward, I thought he did incredibly well in this game. And I gave him a 7. I really was that impressed by him, especially coming back with everything. And he's going to be slowly tested in terms of coming back in the game. I expect the next game he'll probably come on as a substitute, maybe at half time, maybe at 60 minutes, give him like a good half an hour to play and really slowly bed him back into the Arsenal first team. Then finally we have Lacazette, or Lacazette as I called him in my last video. So Alex Lacazette decided that he had the mental fortitude to overcome critics like myself and score a goal. And it was a really good goal. Great assist from Joe Willock. Just cushioned it with his left foot, brought it onto his right, scored the goal. And it's the first away goal that he's had in, I believe, such a long time. And a really good performance by Alex Lacazette, even though it was short-lived. It's a goal. He secured us the win. You can't complain about that. And I gave him a 7 with that, with the amount of pressure that he's been on, all the links are him being rumoured away from the Arsenal just because Eddie Nketiah is in town. And I think that he's probably earned himself a starting position for the next game. I believe if you're a striker, you score goals, you should play. Now, if him and Eddie had scored, then it would have been a different story. But Lacaz's got to start the next game, right? Well, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Please remember to continue to subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel out. And I will see you all next time. Peace.